Now, I want to share a story with you, an analogy, and I want you to use this forever, all right? Make it part of your vocab. In this story, you won a prize to stay in a hotel, all expenses paid, flights paid, rental car paid, in a hotel overlooking the Eiffel Tower in Paris, in France, all right? So you're very excited to go on this holiday, obviously. And so you fly to the Charles de Gaulle airport in France, in Paris. You get your little rental car, and you get in the car and you go like, oh, I need to get to the Eiffel Tower, you know, that's kind of the big landmark I'm aiming towards. And you've got no GPS and your phone doesn't have the roaming thing switched on, so you've got no data on your phone. And so you're like, oh, how will I get there? Oh, and then you open up the cubbyhole and you take out a map of the city and you say, oh, I've got a map. And you open up this map and you kind of look at this map. What's the first thing that you would do? What's the first thing that you would look for on the map? You are right. You will look for, where am I on this map? That's normally the first thing that we do. Often people say, I'm going to look for where's the Eiffel Tower, but mostly the first thing that we do is we're like, where am I? Where's the airport on this map? Now, have you ever walked into a mall and you're kind of looking for a shop and then you find those maps and it's got a big arrow saying you are here? So that's what we tend to do when we open up a map. It's like, where am I on this map? So you find yourself. The next thing obviously is to find the Eiffel Tower, right? So you find the Eiffel Tower and then you plot your route from where you are to the Eiffel Tower. Simple enough, right? Get in the car, excited to go, and as you drive out of the car park at the airport, immediately there's some road work, so they redirect you, there's a detour, and then there's a one-way, and then all of a sudden you are absolutely not on the road that you planned to go to the Eiffel Tower. So the big question is, what do you do now? Now I'll tell you what you won't do. You most likely won't turn around and go through all the traffic back to the parking lot and start all over again, right? No. You will take out your map. You will try to locate yourself again. Oh, here I am. Okay, I see now where I am. And then you will look at where the Eiffel Tower is on the map and you will replan your route to the Eiffel Tower. And so you will get in the car all excited, back on track, right? And you might find yourself a few times off track again. And every time you will just do the same process. Take out the map, assess where you are, look at where the Eiffel Tower is, plan a new route to the Eiffel Tower. And you will get to the Eiffel Tower, to your success, to your goal, to your happiness, if you use this process in this way. Now, I want you to remember this forever, okay? Because often what I find is as soon as a person sets a goal and they try to make their way to that goal, as soon as they are off track, they kind of give up. They're like, okay, it didn't work. And they go all the way back to the car park. Why would you do that? You've already spent some time traveling towards the Eiffel Tower. Why don't you just stop there for a second, open up the map, learn about your location and adapt your route to the Eiffel Tower? But you see, we come from a worldview, from a way of thinking that we need to predict the future and then plan our way to that future. And we call that predict and control. Plan the future, predict it, and control your way there. The problem is with the predict and a control approach is as soon as we can't control it because there was a detour, then people give up and they go back. A better way to think about how do we get to our goals is to go with a learn and adapt approach. I know where I want to go. I do have a plan, but I will learn and adapt my plan all the time. So I think that's the very first thing I want you to take out of this analogy.